I saw a lot of guys doing videos about how men are giving up. Men are giving up, and I think it's true. I think men are giving up. I thought I'd offer my thoughts as to why I think men are giving up and what's going on, which is that things are getting a lot harder. They're not getting easier, right? A lot of things that were sort of guaranteed, like getting a good job if you got good grades in school and you worked hard and you went to college, that's not guaranteed anymore. Or things like, hey, if you make some money, get a good job, and you go out and try to date, you're going to find a woman and she's going to be attracted to you and you're going to get married and have kids and all that stuff. That's not guaranteed either. In fact, the chances of you even just getting laid today as a man, unless you really have put in the effort to know what you're doing, they're pretty small. They're not very big at all. Like I said, when I did that video talking about how hard it is to get laid, it is hard. It's not an easy thing at all to do. All this stuff has gotten really hard. It's gotten really, really hard. Even, it's become a lot more like entrepreneurship, where you don't know what the results are. Even, like I said, in the workforce, in getting a job, you don't know that you're going to get a job just because you have skills, okay? But here's the thing that's really funny about that, all right, is that even entrepreneurship has gotten harder and it's become less guaranteed. Because I'll tell you what, when I first started on the internet, when I first started making videos on YouTube, and when I first started building an online business, all right, it was guaranteed. I mean, all you had to do, all right, if you created a blog and you put some posts out there, or if you create a YouTube channel and you put some posts out there on YouTube, okay, over time, what would happen is you would eventually get an audience. It was kind of, close to guaranteed that would happen. And then, and then if you got emails, if you collected emails, you got an email list. Whatever you launched, whatever you sold, you're going to make money, and you're going to do fine with that. That was the case. Okay. Today, it's not really the case anymore. Okay. So even if you were to create an online business today, let's say you got on social media. All right. Let's say you get on YouTube. You know how much work you have to put into a YouTube channel in order to just gain some traction? It's not like it was back in the day when I started Simple Programmer and just started up a YouTube channel, and I just got subscribers. Now, granted, that kind of YouTube channel is easier than the kind I'm doing now, and Bulldog Mindset. But even Bulldog Mindset, it's changed over the years. Right now, I'm struggling to gain viewership. Right, with the content I'm producing, it's not easy at all. And forget about an email list. It used to be if you had an email list, you had money. It doesn't matter as much anymore. I'll tell you, I've got a pretty big email list. If I email that email list, I'm not going to get very many people clicking on whatever link that I put in there. Some people will, but it's not easy. So my point is this, right? I don't want to go into the whole internet marketing thing, but my point is this: is that, guys, it's much harder, and the results are much less guaranteed out there today as a man. So you've really got to fight hard for what you get. There's no more free lunch. There's no more of this, like I said, just go to school, go to college, and then you get a job. You don't get a job anymore. It's not guaranteed at all. It's crazy. There's no more of this, I just have a job and I have friends, and so I'm gonna find a girl and date her. No, if you're not out there aggressively improving yourself and learning how to pick up girls or learning how to talk to women, it's not going to happen for you. It's just not going to just magically happen like it used to happen. So that's why. And I understand the frustration, right? Because it's become so much more difficult, and you're like, well, what's replaced it? And nothing's replaced it. All that's replaced it is that the pyramid has gotten more sweet at the top, right? It's like it's a steeper pyramid. What I mean by this is that more of the rewards, whatever's missing, okay, it's going up. It's going to the guys that are the most successful. So that's why I talked about a lot of times about being a top 10% man, but that's not even really good enough anymore. You got to really be a top 1% man. You got to be better than 99 other guys, and then then it becomes a lot easier, right? Then you get a lot of the things that normally were just handed out, but they're not anymore. So that's the thing to think about this, is that it's not that the same resources aren't out there, right? There's still women out there. There's still jobs out there. Okay, that hasn't reduced. In fact, that's increased. It's just that the people that are getting those things are the people that are at the top, that are at the very top of their game. Okay, because it's become more, with the internet, with social media, right? With the way that things have transpired, it's become more so of a winner takes all game. And that's what you have to understand that life is. And so you can't play small. You can't play small at all. You have to play big as a man if you're going to win this game. And that's something that I've been realizing as I've been sort of re-entering the market, not the dating market, but just in the business world and looking at the landscape now and saying, wow, things have changed quite a bit. It is much harder to accomplish anything. So it's just, it's if you want to get up there, you got some climbing to do. It's not going to be an easy road, not anymore. It's just not. And even just when you look online, right, again with videos, right, with content like Instagram or TikTok, man, if you could go back 5 years ago and create content, you could kill it. But today, what can you do? If you create the most stellar content, if you create the most engaging, highly produced videos, it doesn't matter because there's a ton of people doing that already, and people are bored with it. And there's so many people wanting to be influencers, so many people creating their personal brands, right? Back again, like I said, 12 years ago when I started this out, the concept of a personal brand was not very well heard of. Not very many people heard of it. I started my own personal brand and I was able to reap the benefits of doing that. But it's much harder. The competition is so much more fierce today. Now, this video is not meant to discourage you, okay? But it is to paint a realistic picture of reality, of how difficult things are right now, and to tell you that you got to step up your game. There's no question about it. You have got to absolutely step up your game if you're going to succeed in this world. And like I said, with AI, you probably don't even have much time left, to be honest with you. Like, you've got maybe 5 to 10 years that you have to really step up your game to take advantage of the opportunity while it's still there, because it's diminishing, it's dwindling. And again, if you look at what's happening with just the world before AI, right, with dating, with jobs, with online influencing or entrepreneurship or online businesses, okay, it's moving in that direction already, where the barrier to entry is lower, right? The technology that's available to people just on your iPhone to be able to record video, for instance, right? Or to the dating availability for women that have with Instagram so many guys, they can match the top guys, or with dating apps to match the top guys, right? And with online business and with jobs, right? Like all these things to be able to find the exact employee, to be able to really figure out exactly who you want to hire, and to not even need to hire someone because you have all this software automation and job. If you think about all that stuff, AI is just going to accelerate that exact process in all of those areas, right? It's going to make it so that even more so what you're already seeing is going to play out even more so that it's really going to create this stratification of the classes, really, between the upper and the lower, right? So you're either going to be at the very top or you're going to be at the very bottom. There's not going to be any middle. The middle is disappearing. It's already been disappearing, but even more to the extremity, it is becoming the case. So what can you do about this? You can hustle hard, right? Now, if you want some help with this, I've got a Bulldog Mindset membership that you can check out. There's a link down below. You can see where you're at right now. Take the Bulldog quiz if you haven't done that and see. But yeah, you've got to start busting ass. You have to really realize that there is no default anymore. There is no that you're just going to make it just by doing the basics. It's not the case, and it's doomed to failure. So it doesn't mean that, again, like I said, that this is hopeless. It just means that you are going to have to really step it up. There's no question about it. You have to get in the game. You have to decide that you're actually going to get to the gym. You're actually going to get your diet on track, right? You're actually going to learn those skills, start that business, invest in that real estate, whatever it is that's going to take you to that next level, you have to go forward and you have to push it forward. You can't expect that it's going to fall into your lap, or that someone is going to help you do it, or someone's going to do it for you, or just because you've done the hard work. It's like you have to do the hard work, but you also have to make sure that you get the result. You have to follow up. You have to see it through. You cannot just set it and forget it. Does that make sense? Am I getting through to you about this point here? I don't want to belabor it too much, but what I'm saying, and I think the set it and forget it is most apt to this, is that people sign up for things. They sign up for college, they sign up for a dating app, or they sign up for whatever it is, and they think that that's enough. They think that if they just show up and do the work, that they're going to get the result. You won't. It's not a guarantee. You've got to go the extra mile. You've got to push further than what is necessary in order to succeed today, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. That's why guys are checking out. That's why guys are giving up. It's because it is hard. It's really hard.